Dumbo, 2019. Dumbo is the latest Disney live-action remake directed by Tim Burton and stars Colin Farrell, Michael Keaton, Eva Green, and Danny DeVito. The plot of this film is we follow two kids and their father, played by Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell's character just came back from the war and to join the circus he was a part of. And they discover a baby elephant with huge ears, and they also discover that with those ears and a feather, he has the ability to fly, and that elephant's name is Dumbo. He becomes a success until he's noticed by an evil rich man, played by Michael Keaton, and he recruits Dumbo, as well as the circus, to become part of his show. Now, the original 1941 animated Dumbo is definitely a Disney classic. It's definitely one of the more heartfelt and absolutely wonderful animated films. When I heard they were going to do a Disney live-action remake of Dumbo, I was very curious and was even more curious when they announced that Tim Burton was going to direct it and just like, Although I think Tim Burton is a good director and definitely a very stylish director, he is hit or miss. Sometimes we get a good film from Tim Burton. Batman, Ed Wood, Edward Scissorhands, Big Fish, Sweeney Todd. He definitely made good movies in the past. However, he has made a few misses. The Planet of the Apes remake, Dark Shadows, Alice in Wonderland. Also hit and miss are the Disney live-action remakes. There are some that I enjoy, but some not so much. And the only one of the Disney live-action remakes that they've been doing lately that I truly love is The Jungle Book. And the trailers for this movie look interesting. They got me intrigued. I was liking what Tim Burton was doing so far, giving a different perspective on Dumbo. And the trailers for this movie have been good. And the film has been getting reviews so far. Right now on Rotten Tomatoes, it's so far in the 50s. So that did bring my expectations down. But I still went in with an open mind, just hoping to enjoy this movie. We'll see what happens. And I gotta say, not bad. It was fine. Decent. Is it great or is it as good as the animated film? No. It has a lot of flaws, but overall, I did find some enjoyment in this film. First, on my positives, this is such a well-shot movie. The production design is absolutely fantastic. The costume design is excellent, and there are some great effects too. Especially the CGI on Dumbo. I really like the CGI on Dumbo. Definitely think they made him look realistic as possible, and when characters are petting Dumbo, I felt like I want to pet him too. And my favorite part about this movie was stuff between Dumbo and his mother. I thought those were the most heartfelt and touching stuff in the movie. And Dumbo as well is just so adorable. Whenever Dumbo was being humiliated, I felt sorry for him. And when Dumbo got separated from his mother, I especially felt sorry for him there. And I wanted him to reunite with his mother just as much as he does. And just like, just let him reunite with his mother already, please. Not only did I think Tim Burton did a solid job bringing Dumbo into live action, but I also admire that he's doing his own spin on the story. Regardless of how the story was executed, I at least admire him for not making a rehash of the animated film, at least bringing something new and different to the Dumbo story, focusing on the humans rather than the animals, unlike the animated film. I admire that Tim Burton is doing something different with this Dumbo film. I admire that Tim Burton was at least doing something different with Dumbo, giving it a new perspective. Two performances from the cast that I thought were so entertaining. One of them was Danny DeVito as the ringmaster. I thought he had some very funny lines. He was very entertaining. He was probably my favorite human character in this movie. And also, Michael Keaton as the villain. I enjoyed watching him just go over the top and just chew up the scenery. Even if he was playing a one-dimensional villain, I was just happy to see Michael Keaton just have so much fun in this role. He looked like he was having a blast in this role. And also, I'm happy to see Michael Keaton back in the Tim Burton movie since Batman Returns. I also like the way Tim Burton directed the circus scenes in this movie. It definitely reminded me of one of his movies, Big Fish. And also because Danny DeVito is in it. I thought they were well shot. There was some great cinematography. I really liked the scenes where Dumbo is flying. Thought those were well shot. And also, one of the famous scenes from the animated film is in this film. And that was the pink elephant scene, and I was looking forward to that scene. And that was definitely how I imagined that scene if Tim Burton directed a live-action remake of Dumbo. Sadly, I do have some flaws with this movie. I will get to those right now. First, there were performances that I thought were pretty weak. Colin Farrell is an actor I really like. His performance was fine, but I really didn't sympathize with his character that much. given what he's gone through in the past. He just came back from the war, he lost his arm, and he lost his wife. This could have been an opportunity to make him a sympathetic character one can root for, but I honestly didn't. I don't think the script really gave him that much to do with this character, and especially when you have a great actor like Colin Farrell, they just really didn't do that much with his character, and I thought he gave a pretty weak performance in this movie. And also the two kids in the film, they're fine, but I found their performance pretty bland, and most of their line delivery was pretty flat. Up until the performance where Dumbo was able to first fly, and he starts to become a success, that's where I was enjoying this movie. However, when Michael Keane's character was introduced and when he recruits the circus and Dumbo, I felt like at that point it wasn't quite as enjoyable as that first half. And honestly, I really didn't find myself emotionally invested with the human characters. I found the human characters just pretty underdeveloped. There's not really that much about them, not really much that's interesting or making me want to care about them by the end of the movie, and I really didn't find myself emotionally invested in the human characters as much as Dumbo. Overall, despite its flaws, I was able to find some enjoyment in this Disney live-action remake of Dumbo. It is not great, nor as good as the animated film, but as it is, it's not bad. If you have kids and they want to see this movie, sure, take them to see this movie. They'll probably enjoy it. It's not great, nor a bad movie. It's just a fine, decent Disney live-action remake. And it's also forgettable too. I feel like I might forget this movie soon, but I really don't think it's bad as some people are saying. I was able to find some enjoyment in it. Overall, I give Dumbo 2019 3 stars out of 5. I was able to find some good, but some bad in this movie that kept me from giving it a higher grade. But it's not a bad movie, not a great movie, it's decent. So what do you guys think of Dumbo 2019? Do you agree? Disagree with me? Let me know below. Make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new here. It really means a lot. I'm Jack Benner, and look forward to another movie review.